Whether or not is a follow-up to Blossom. Blossom is kind of like growth, you know what I'm saying? That's when I found myself. That's when I truly took the music serious, you know what I'm saying? That's when I took it to that level. Whether or not is where I got to that point to where like I was in a dark place in life, you know what I'm saying? Like the lowest I've been, which it should have been a high time, but it wasn't. And then I found out about my daughter, so it's kind of like, you know, are you gonna do this or you not? You know what I'm saying? Like either you gonna be something or you gonna stay where you at, you know, or it was just kind of a matter of perishing or, you know what I'm saying, becoming greater, you know. So I had a choice of dying or living, realistically is what I feel, because I was that low in life. And when I found out about my daughter, it was just like, I only got one way to go. It's an option, but it's not an option at the same time, man. Whether or not, man, it's self-explanatory, but it's deeper than, you know, what the simple mind can think, you know. So, being a father is probably the best thing that ever happened to me, I would say, man, by far. It's nothing that even comes close. And, you know, being an artist kind of allows you to, it kind of, how the average person, people just have to go off what you show them, or, you know, it's a guessing game because you can't sit down and talk to hundreds of people or thousands of people and tell them how, you know, your experience is, you know, or your in-depth, like how it hits you to the core of being a father. But being an artist, you know, like it's not hard to like share your true feelings of how, like, you know what I'm saying, what it does, like the day by day, you know, lifestyle of being a father. And it's just, to put it in words, man, you kind of had to just kind of get in your zone, like, and vibe out, because that's how I do it. Like, that's how I explain to people what it's like, because if you catch me outside the studio and you ask me what it's like to be a father, I tell you it's indescribable. But if you let me get in the studio, I can describe exactly how it is to be a father. You know what I'm saying? It's just, when I get in my zone and I get in my world, I can tell you exactly how it is. But it's crazy because, like, whether I was 300 miles from my daughter being at work, or I was 300 miles from my daughter being in the studio, the feeling never changed. Cause like, whether when I'm away from her, like, it's work, period. You know what I'm saying? But everything is for her. And I work so hard when I'm away from her, because I know when I'm around her, I ain't doing no work. Like, it's all about her. Like, you know, I work hard, so when I get home, I play hard. It's simple as it gets. A lot of people still call me like a rapper, quote unquote. And I like to look at myself as an artist, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm open to doing anything that it takes to make good music, you know what I'm saying? So there's not a box to step out of, because I'm already outside of it, is what I like to consider. But I mean, whether or not it's rap, it's pop, it's rock, you know, it's all that in one, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's got a lot of soul, it's real, everything is real, you know what I'm saying? Everything you hear I've been through, or, you know what I'm saying, I'm there now. So I would say, just, if you gonna put it in a genre, I mean, call it real soul, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. It's real soul music, that's what it is. Simple as that. So the thought behind having 2 albums, the Whether or Not and the Whether or Not Unplugged, it was more so motivated, or I was motivated to kind of push that idea from Zelly, because Zelly kind of like was like, bro, why don't you do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it'll be dope, because we gave it a shot on genre with the Little Enough, you know what I'm saying? We did 2 versions. So, and I was just like, you know, that's dope. And you know, I'm already in love with guitars on everything, you know, so I kind of thought, okay, I mean, we can roll with that, because if any beat got a guitar on it, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna catch my ear off rip, you know, so, and that's a message to all producers, you know, if anybody, you know, thinking about linking or want to send me some work or whatever, if it got a guitar in it, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna automatically listen to it, you know, I still might rock with it if it don't, but it's gonna easily catch my ear if it does, more than it don't. But yeah, so that came behind Zelly's idea of pushing an acoustic vibe behind that, and also like the environment that I'm in every day. I'm around guys that can play real live instruments, so I just being around them kind of opened up my eyes to know that, like, you know, if your music can be played by a band, it will be played by a band, and your music, if it's that kind of vibe to where they want to do covers and they want to sing it, because that's what a lot of bands do. They do covers to music. So, and I feel like my music can be, you know what I'm saying, like taken and done like whatever to, you know what I'm saying, in those type of environments. So I think that was the main reason behind that. And what made it so easy to do two different versions is when you buy your beats, you know what I'm saying, you get full track outs. You know, you can buy the track outs, but you get the full track outs of the beat for your engineer. And like if you can do it yourself, cool. But if you got a dope engineer, you know what I'm saying, if you give them a track out to your beat, you know, it just kind of like giving them a gift on Christmas, you know what I'm saying? Like, that opens up so many opportunities for them to have their way with something that's yours, you know what I'm saying? You allowing them to do their own thing. Like, you're really trusting them to, okay, I gave you this opportunity, let's see what you do. And it's just, it goes hand in hand with gifting and trusting your engineer, you know what I'm saying? And low key is my engineer, so I mean, it's no question that he gonna have every track out to everything I do, because he hands-on and hands down like the best in the game to me as far as engineering, because every time he get a track out, he smash it, he go down. So shout out to Low Key, and that's why artists should get the track outs, you know what I'm saying, like to anything they do, because it's a big vibe.
I put my soul on the surface, had to let my vibes hit the sky. I know my soul got a purpose, I'm telling God don't let me die. I can't let him take me away, I can't let him take me away.
So Soul Purpose, it's the kicker to the album. I was in the lab, man, and I was really zoning, and I just had the beat playing, you know, and whenever I just tell Low Key to play something out loud, you know, like that's when, you know, he go out and he do his thing, he catches, you know, his fresh air outside the lab. So I'm just in there zoning, and I'm feeling it. And I'm like, I'm feeling it like in my soul, like truly, like I'm feeling it. And I was just like, you know, I put my soul on the surface. You know what I'm saying? I lay myself down just to let my vibes hit the sky, you know what I'm saying? So that's, no matter what I'm going through, you know what I'm saying? No matter how tired I am, no matter how I feel emotionally, you know what I'm saying? I put it all on the line just so I can turn it up, you know what I'm saying, and turn everybody else up, you know what I'm saying? So I put my soul on the surface just to let my vibes hit the sky, you know what I'm saying? And I know my soul got a purpose. I'm telling God don't let me die. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know my soul got a purpose, and I feel like my soul's purpose is to turn the world up, man, like, in a way that, and touch them that in a way that they ain't been touched, man, like, cause I feel like the gift is there. And I just feel like for me to be a rapper, you know what I'm saying, to have this gift, I'm trying to give them the gift so they can unwrap it, you know what I'm saying? And when they unwrap it, they see what it is, you know what I'm saying? So to unwrap a rapper, you really see what's on the inside, you know what I'm saying? And that's really my sole purpose of doing what I do. And that's my soul's purpose to do what I do, you know what I'm saying? So I say that, you know, that's simply put, you know. And that's that on that, but I'll say like my daughter was the main motivator. She's the main motivator behind the whole Whether or Not, but truly that song, I wanted that one to be first because I wanted people to know, and you can listen to it and hear it, but like I wanted people to know like my daughter was the main motivator behind that one.
So I heard that you got away with words. So I heard that you got away with words. But you won't get away with my love. With my love, you won't get away.
Way with words, like people are gonna hear that song and be like, oh man, like he going through it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he hanging up on the girl, expecting her to call back. She don't call back. He asking her, who does she think she is? You know what I'm saying? And why she making him love that hard and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she really putting him through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that girl must be a savage. You know what I'm saying? And she got him in the palm of her hands and stuff like that. And I mean, I've dealt with something like that, you know what I'm saying? But like, my mindset wasn't on the mindset of that song, so to speak. But the true meaning behind Way With Words is like, what you hear in this song is me saying that, like, you know what I'm saying? You hear me saying that and then you picture me saying that, like, why this girl doing me like that? But in reality, when I scheme this song, it's messages from girls from my past. That's what they saying to me in the song. Way With Words. You know what I'm saying? They saying like, you know, I heard you got away with words, but just because you know what I'm saying, just because you smooth how you talk, that don't mean you gonna get me, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna boom, but got them though. You know, and then so it goes from the hook from them saying that like you won't get me, you know what I'm saying, to when the verses come, it's like, oh, I got you, you know, I got them. And so now like they in recovery mode, or they trying to figure it out, you know, and then like they're like that hurricane and already came through and they just trying to bounce back from it, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, because it started off like, you know, first thing first, you don't need no introduction. Like, you know, I don't. They know who I am, you know, and consequences and repercussions. You knew what it was before you chopped it up with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, always are the topic of discussion. Alright, you know what I'm saying? That's between you and your people if I'm the topic of y'all discussion, you know what I'm saying? They try to talk about love, but I changed the subject, you know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't trying to talk about that. And just the whole song, like, just picture it from a girl saying that stuff to me. That's what I wrote the song as, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause in reality, I don't feel like nobody gonna have me tripping like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, at one point in time, yeah, I might have been tripping a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But not that hard like in this song, so. But nah, Way With Words is from a girl's standpoint that dealt with me, like talking to me in the song. So, and really and truly, it's that girl that knows that other girls, you know, oh, okay, yeah, I know you okay, you got them, you know what I'm saying, but you ain't gonna get me. Boom, got you, you know what I'm saying? That's what Way With Words is, man. So yeah, I just had to kind of explain that because I know some people probably was just like, man, like, you know, he really like, no, they really, you know, so. poison butterfly. I mean, it's deeper than what you can hear. You just gotta really open your ears to the vibes and soak everything that you hear in. Cause if you listen to the hook, I mean, said like, what you hear on the hook is Zelly. You know what I'm saying? Zelly saying, I got power to heal your wounds. Your love take me to the moon. So, think about it. Think about a female from a female perspective. She hearing somebody say, you know, I got power to heal your wounds. So he telling her what he can do for her. And then, you know, she hearing him saying what she does for him. You know, he telling her, your love take me to the moon. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of sweeping off her feet. But he probably keeping it real at the same time, you know. And it goes from there to say like, on a poison paradise with a poison butterfly. So she swooned by everything that's going on, you know what I'm saying, between her and him. Like, she's in love with the whole process. She hearing everything and it sounding so good. She on a paradise, but she in paradise, but you know what I'm saying, she don't realize that everything that she's soaking in and that she's so in love with is slowly killing her. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's a poison paradise with a poison butterfly. And the person that she's falling for and she's falling so deep for is the poison butterfly. You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like she's so in love but so naive, because the venom that's, you know what I'm saying, it like everything, it's pumping from here, and she think it's love, but it's venom just flowing all through her body, and it's just poison. And it's really numbing her to the fact that she's dying from being so infatuated with this person. And it's so realistic because this happens to people, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that they die, but they get so caught up in people that they don't realize that loving someone is hazardous to their health. You know what I'm saying? So much to say. But it goes on from the hook, from her being swooned by his words and the thought process, to the first verse. As soon as the verse starts, she's dead. Like if you hear, like that's where, you know, it's saying like, wake up my love, you were drowning till you found me. Welcome to the land of the dead, where I can tell you lies, but not what lies ahead. So that's me telling her, like, you know, she don't realize when she wake up, she thinks she probably just woke up to a new day. She wake up, she in hell where she meets me. See, Zelly, her falling in love with Zelly was what got her to hell, and that's where she meets me. I'm already there. So I welcome her. But I welcome her, and I try to make her think that it's everyday life before she realizes that she actually in hell, because when she realizes that, she gonna panic. So it's kind of like, I've been there, and I've been waiting for somebody to join me, and I finally found somebody, and it's kind of like a soulmate to me. So I get her there, and I try to do the same thing that Zelly did, but I can't kill her because she already dead. So I just got to kind of keep her from realizing the reality of her being dead. And that's why I was hoping she didn't find out the truth, you know, of where she was. And because I was saying, like, not only am I an enemy, I'm the leader of the truth. So basically, not only am I, you know, not only is she in hell, but like, I'm the devil, you know what I'm saying? And so it goes on, and I say to her, not all angels are in heaven. I told her that she's living proof. So to me, she's an angel, but we far from heaven, you know what I'm saying? And I said living proof, but she was dead, you know? But I said that to swear on in. And if you just take what I just said and you listen to the whole song as a whole, you know, that's kind of what that is. It's just kind of falling for somebody, but not realizing how hazardous the type of love that you think you feel with them really can be, because that's not love, you know what I'm saying? That's just a venom, you know what I'm saying, that you think is flowing through you. You think love is just like, you know what I'm saying, pumping. And it's just venom just spreading throughout your body, and it's paralyzing your thought process, you know, because it's not allowing you to really realize and think anymore of what's happening, because you're so swooned in the process that you in. You just gotta vibe it, man. It's deeper than what people hear, you know, and that's the purpose of me, you know, trying to break everything down for them. It gets deep. It gets deep.
I gave you the keys to my heart, but you wanna push start. Never thought that we would make it this far. God forbid that an angel leave me scarred. Walking in the light, living in I gave you the keys to my heart.
I put it like this, simply put, Living in the Dark is my favorite song. On whether or not, it's just a real vibe, man. It came out of nowhere. I hit the studio, man. I was just like, I just went in the booth. I told Low-Key, I said, man, press play, record, let's do it. And I just went in there. I gave you the keys to my heart, but you want to push start. So it's kind of like, you know, I gave you what I had, but you want it better. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't good enough. You know what I'm saying? And I said, God forbid that an angel leave me scarred, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's just something that I thought was so perfect could hurt me, you know what I'm saying? Someone that I thought was so perfect could hurt me, you know what I'm saying? Walking in the light, living in the dark, it's two different worlds, you know what I'm saying? You walking in the light, so everybody think like, oh man, like he got it made, like everything all good, but you living in the dark, so it's really just a whole nother world, man, like than what they think. But you putting off like everything cool, so. And then when the verse kick off, it say, sleepwalking in my dream, just to wake up to a nightmare. See, your love set me free, but your demons, they don't fight fair, you know what I'm saying? Then they go on to say like, but when you have doubts, I tell you, I'm right here. And then, like, I'm in the box, like the batter's box. I'm in the box. You pitching fits, you know what I'm saying? Like, you on the mound, you the pitcher, but you pitching fits. You pitching fits, intending to strike fear. You know what I'm saying? Like throwing strikes. But, man, I say, like, I think you need to calm down now. Blame it on your vibes that I found out that you aren't who you say you are. So if you listen to the song, man, I can go through it, man. I can go through it from top to bottom because it's my favorite song on the album. Like, it's self-explanatory, man. Like, the song is a struggle. In the first verse, like, it's a struggle. And then when the second verse hit, it's like, you know, okay, yeah, things went wrong, but that's on me for allowing you to, you know what I'm saying, let it go wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I let it go wrong, but I gave you the power to take it where you wanted to, so that's what I meant by saying that. And so when I realized like I was stronger than that, you know what I'm saying, I took control in the second verse, I guess. So things started going in my favor, and I bossed up and I moved on, and I went on to better things. And people, you know what I'm saying, might hear that song and think it's, you know, tied into some things from Blossom. And, you know, I say, nah, I mean, not necessarily. If when it came out, you know, it was just on some real vibes. Like, it's real. It's real pain, you know what I'm saying? It's real hurt in it. But, you know, I didn't try to tie it into anything specific. But I've been through it, you know what I'm saying? So I was just saying, like, what it's been through, because, like, and if you listen to the end of that second verse, I said, but I'm healed now. I got up on my fields now. I was down in the valley, but I'm head over heels now. So it's kind of like, man, like my past is dead, bro. Like, I'm in a different world from what Blossom was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in a whole different world. Like, everything's brand new now. Like, so I'm a new person. I'm breathing new air. I'm in a new atmosphere, new world. And so, living in the dark, nah, nothing specific, but everything real that I've been through. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just kind of where that went, and that's just kind of, you know, to let everybody know, because, you know, there's some assumptions more than likely, but no, it's just keeping it 1,000, man. Like, keeping it 1,000, just letting you know, like, I'm human. Like, no matter if, you know what I'm saying, you come out superior or whatever, like, you know, like, people might look at me and be like, oh yeah, nah, he used to do this, he used to do that. Nah, like, but you know what I'm saying, regardless, like, yeah, regardless of who I hurt, I got hurt too, you know what I'm saying? So that was just kind of like shedding light on that, you know? So it was kind of like, yeah, I walk in the light just to make you think everything all right, but I was living in the dark, you know what I'm saying? Swimming with the sharks type vibes, yeah, so that's that on there. But Living in the Dark, my favorite song on the album.
Drop the top, we can ride to the moonlight sky. They can't get what we got, I can't blame them for trying.
So Bentley, it's as far as titles go, it's the wild card of the album. You know, it's kind of like, you know, people hear the song and they just like, Bentley, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, where's the word Bentley in the song? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't hear anything about it. Like, what you talking about? Like, this ain't about no Bentley. But if you listen to the hook, it's saying, like, you know, they can't get what we got. I can't blame them for trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's basically saying in itself, like, everybody ain't got no Bentley. You know what I'm saying? But you can't blame anybody for, you know what I'm saying, wanting to be on that level of having a Bentley or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because a Bentley ain't just no everyday whip. You don't just see that riding in Mississippi, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just see that riding just anywhere, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're just in the right spot. But that's you know, that's got a lot to do with where it came from or the idea behind it. Because, I mean, if you think about it, like I said, they can't get what we got. I can't blame them for trying, you know what I'm saying? So they can't get to where you at, but you can't blame them for wanting to be where you at, because you are where it's at, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, and that's not on no cocky level, man. We just, and to be honest, we really had that beat in the stash, and it was probably supposed to be on that BanYo album, but we couldn't cook to it. And it was just on the way to a session. On the way to Atlanta one morning, early one morning, about 6 or 7, it was just me and Zelly riding. And he said something like, drop the top, we can ride to the moonlight sky. And then he was just chilling. And then 5 minutes later, he just vibing. Oh, nah, nah. And I'm like, bro, hold on. Hey, say what you said a while ago. And he was like, what? Drop the top, you can, yeah, put that. And then come back with that, oh, nah, nah, nah. And run it together. All right, boom. So then I come with, they can't get what we got, I can't blame them for trying. Boom, let's do that, all right? And then come back with that, oh, nah, nah, nah. And then next thing you know, we vibing all the way to Atlanta just like that, you know what I'm saying? That's what we vibing, you know what I'm saying? That's what he's singing, and I'm just going, like, I'm going behind him, like, it was crazy vibes. And that's how a lot of stuff unfold, like, ideas unfold when we hit the studio. But, you know what I'm saying, sometimes me and Zelly, man, we just have fun, like, we go dumb, man, like, we've been at it for years, and we gonna be at it for years to come, like, it ain't gonna stop, man. Zelly is a extravagant individual, man. Like, the vibes that he has, like, it's unworldly. I know nobody like Zelly, man. Like, is unbeatable. But that's a short, long story about Bentley, you know what I'm saying, to say the least. So.
I told him I'ma get my bag right. And I ain't stopping till no money left. I told him I'ma get my bag right. And I ain't stopping till no money left. Going broke, no. Going broke, we don't believe in that. Going broke, no. We wake up to the money, that's a sleeping bag.
Right now, man, I'm gonna say sleeping bag is in my top 2 right now. Crazy to say, but it ain't at the same time. But yeah, sleeping bag is in my top 2. It's probably number 2. I just love sleeping bag, man, because like that can turn the club up. You know what I'm saying? And people know me. Like I'm not just one to just pump out some club bangers. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that one can do it. You know. And this was the song I told you I schemed in them days up at the end of the session. This was the song that came right before that one. Like, it was just pumped out. Like, I was just in my own little zone. And I had the beat headphones on in the studio. Like, vibes were going on in the studio. I went in my own world. And I was just over there. I told him I'm gonna get my bag right. And I ain't stopping till no money left. Like, it was just going. It was just going. And I was just like, okay, that's a kicker. That's a kicker, but let's go and put them to sleep, you know what I'm saying? No pun intended, but let's come with something that's just gonna be like, whoa, that's me. And I was just like, okay, sleeping bag, whoa, you know, that's bread. So what can we do to do something with sleeping bag, but we talking money? And then I was just like, okay, we wake up to the money. That's a sleeping bag. We get money while we sleep, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, all right, they gonna feel that one. That's dumb, that's retarded, let's do it. And me and Dre, like we was on the Genre album last year that dropped Labor Day of 2018 last year. We did a lot of work together on that one. But me and Dre hadn't did, you know what I'm saying, like a Uno Dos Punch. Like me and him since 2015. Or 2015. We hadn't did it, just me and him, since 2015. So that was our first song in 4 years, was just me and him. And I feel like we nailed it, you know what I'm saying? It was back to the old way, but in the new days, you know what I'm saying? Like, just new, we grew up since, you know what I'm saying, that first album 4 years ago, and man, like, it was just crazy. It was just crazy. And Lil Bro went in there. Like, yeah, I dropped my verse off, you know what I'm saying? I dropped my verse off, boom, 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 boom. I was ready. I was ready because I was on it. But like, I hit him with the hook and told him, look, let's do it like this. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And we went in there, I laid my hook down, he laid his hook down right behind mine. I laid my verse down. And so he was like, oh, you already ready. So let me go ahead and do my thing. So I was like, bet, it's on you, song done. You just, you know what I'm saying, it's on you now. He went in there, laid it down. Like, he was ready. Boom, 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 just spitting it. And I'm just like, bro. Like, Dre's so scary, man. He's so scary in BanYo, and I label him as, you know what I'm saying, like, he is the best thing smoking, you know what I'm saying, in BanYo, real talk. Like, Zelly is your home run hitter as far as if you want to hit, you go to Zelly. But if you want the meanest verse, you go to Drake, off rip, you know what I'm saying? And I just get in where I fit in, that's me. I play my role, but you got the best at this and then you got the best at that, and you know what I'm saying, that's why we BanYo, you know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like we can't be top, nor can we be stopped, you know what I'm saying? But if the money right, we can be shot, you know what I'm saying? So let's do it. But yeah, sleeping bag, that's where it sit for me, so.
Came up out from the bottom. You don't know shit about them. Situations bring pain, but it's time for a change. Said it's time for a change.
Little nigga in a big body frame.
In that big body frame.
mentioned earlier, like on the Loud podcast, I told people that an artist that I haven't worked with yet, that I truly wanted to work with, that you know what I'm saying, was truly, or is truly, you know what I'm saying, my favorite artist was and is Richie. And I said that's back in February. And you know, it only took a couple of months for it to manifest. And so I got Richie on the song on my album with him now. It's called In Them Days. And I was in the studio and I heard the beat and I just clocked all the way in on it, you know. But I had other songs to do, so I was doing other songs, but I kept that beat in my mind. So by the end of the session, I told myself, oh man, like, I gotta get back to that. So I schemed up a hook, you know what I'm saying, and I went with it. And schemed up a hook, went with it, schemed up a verse, went with it, you know, everything was boom, boom, like, you know. And as soon as I did it, I was like, ooh, Rich, like, bro, like, hey, it's some heat. So as soon as I got done recording, I told my engineer, bounce that down, send it to him right now so he can hear it. While I'm in the studio, you know what I'm saying, still vibing, he sent back like, bro, that's hard, like, you know what I'm saying. I was like, bro, you know what I'm saying, this got you all on it, like, let's do it. And it went from there, you know what I'm saying. I left open holes on it, you know what I'm saying, and I told him to fill them up, you know, just be free, bro. That's why you hear Richie on ad-libs all through the song, and you know what I'm saying, and I told him to get first verse because I wanted him to kick the dough in, you know what I'm saying, let him know what it is. And, I mean, and Richie, man, Richie is in a high place right now. And I salute that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of them ones, man, like, I'll be the biggest cheerleader for anybody, you know what I'm saying? Because I just want to see us all do that. I want to see us all be where Richie at and then go further. Because that's why I tell him, you know, I'm proud of you, bro, for being where you at. But go further, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you can do that and I know you gon' do that. And I'm going to tell you like this, like, I ain't speaking for him, but I'm smart enough to speak. Like, I was showing love before, you know what I'm saying, like, he got to that level. And so I don't know if people gonna see like, oh man, like, well, let me get Richie on the song, like, and it ain't, you know what I'm saying, just cause of Audi BanYo, this and that. It's just cause it was genuine relationship and love, you know what I'm saying, before that, you know what I'm saying, and it ain't cause I'm trying to ride no wave or catch no wave. Like, it's just, that's just something I saw fit, like, bro got it. Like, he got something, and he getting what he deserved, truly, you know what I'm saying, truly. He getting what he deserved, and I'm happy for him, bro. And also on that song, like, it was just so fitting to get Trap on that song because everybody know, like, I'm gonna work with Trap. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know BanYo and BHP go hand in hand, so it was just, the song was originally planned for me and Richie. And I got Trap to go to the studio with me in ATL, you know what I'm saying? And while I was there, I was just like, you know, it's only right. And I told him to get on it. I put him on spot, like right on it. So his verse was just like, you know what I'm saying, right off the head, boom, that fast. And he nailed it, like, no question, no question. Anybody that hit Trap verse on it can feel it, no question. And this song was just a home run within itself. Like, everything I saw for it happened, but went further, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I sold it short, but it went further, you know, and shout out to Low Key for doing his thing on that one too. So red dress, it's a crazy vibe, man. Like, but when I spit this out, it was no, like, it's no telling where this came from. Like, cause Zelly Zelly wasn't at the studio when this came about. And so he asked me like, bro, like, he was like, bro, that junk hard. Like, where did that come from? And I told him, I said, bro, I don't know. I don't know, it just came out. Like, I just thought it was a cool vibe. I thought it would be something cool to roll with, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it could be, you know what I'm saying, like the start of something. And it's just like, nah, bro, I know you too deep. Like, it come from somewhere. And I was just like I said earlier, it gotta come out for me to let you know where it come from. So, you know, but at the same time, I was looking back on it and I was like, I mean, yeah, I could tell you, like, it could have been this, it could have been that, and it seemed logic, but that one really just hit me, man, and it just came out of nowhere. But I mean, Zelly got a strong assumption, and if you really want to know what Zelly's strong assumption on that is, you have to ask Zelly, cause I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. So, but anyway, so when you look in the red dress, I mean, yeah, girls feel confident, you know what I'm saying? I feel like girls feel confident and savvy in their red, you know, but it's got that red devil vibe. It does have that red devil vibe to where, like, they're fierce, you know what I'm saying? Like, they know, like, you know what I'm saying? When you in it, boom. It's just like a whole different mindset, like, alright, you know what I'm saying? Girls know how they think, you know. I've been around a lot of them here lately, cause, you know what I'm saying, being, you know, in a strong relationship with the mother of my child, you know, and her surroundings, you know, you kind of see how they really think, you know, and so, you know, I just feel like that red dress, like, will give them that entitlement and that obligation to strap on that fierce mentality, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's a lot of crazy vibes coming behind that red dress. A lot of people rocking with that red dress. I think it's a powerful vibe. I think it could be a movement. I think we could start a red dress challenge to see who kill it the most. Okay. To be honest, I think we could start a red dress challenge to see who can kill it the most. I think that would be hard, you know what I'm saying? But we'll roll with it when we roll with it. But that's red dress. That's red dress.
Baby, don't kill the vibe. I'm coming. Black mask, let me steal your time. Baby girl, you got me working for that team. And when I get behind you, got me screaming, oh. Baby, don't steal the vibe. Yeah, don't cuff me like I did the crime. Baby girl, you got me working for that team. And when I get behind you, got me screaming, oh.
Ting, man, the beat came on. I told Low Key to drop it. Low Key dropped the beat in there, man, and it just, me and Zelly was just around each other, and I had an idea, he had an idea, we meshed them, and we rolled with it. And I mean, it was magic from there. And like, I went in there and I mean, I went off on the hook, man. Like I said, Zelly had his vibe on the hook too. So it was a mesh, we went off on it and we was infatuated with it. We was like, oh man, that's it. And I was so in love with it. I instantly put like 2 verses on it. And you know what I'm saying, we bumped it all the way home. It was like, wow, man, that jump bumping. And Zelly was in love with it, and I listened to it, and I was like, man, it's bumping, but I feel like it could go harder. So I went back maybe about a month or 2 later, in between all the other songs I was doing for the album, and I redid the verse. And I just felt like, it needed it, and it brought a whole new perspective of the song to me, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, ooh, that's hard. And to my surprise, like, I thought it was one that everybody's just gonna be like, okay, that's cool, like, I like that vibe. Nah, like, a lot of people like, hey, that's my favorite joint, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that made me want, like a lot of girls, like that made me want to, you know what I'm saying, turn up. That made me want to do this, do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could hear that in the club. Like, when I hear it go off, like, I could go off, you know what I'm saying? So, Ting, man, it's just, Baby, don't kill the vibe, homecoming black mass. Let me steal your time. Like it's some bars in that joint though, man. Like beat it up, gon' cuff me like I did the crime. Like it's some bars in that joint, man. Like it go dumb. The hook go crazy, you know what I'm saying? And the verses is vibes, so. I mean, I feel like that one can be out the park, you know what I'm saying? Like put in the right atmosphere with the right people with the right vibe. That could go through the roof, man. Which anything, but I feel like that could really go through the roof. Ting is a true vibe.
I don't wanna be a rock star, just wanna rock out with these bands. I don't wanna ride in cop cars, too first to be put in a can. Make it look easy like it's not hard. My daddy told me be a man. Finding treasure in the junkyard.
So who I am, that's basically what the song is. That's who I am, you know. In the song, man, I mean, it's darkness because, like, that's where I've been for a while, you know, like, or that's where I was for a while in my life, and it was home because that's where I was so accustomed to being. Like, people see me and they know I'm all positive vibes and stuff like that, but like, truth is, I'm a person to where, like, when I'm going through some heavy stuff, I don't tell nobody. Like, I just take it on myself because it's nobody else's problem. Like, I'm not a burden to anybody. Like, if I ever had problems, like, I've been dealing with problems on my own since I was a teenager, you know. Like, I don't bring stuff to my parents or anything like that, you know. If they ask me, I tell them whatever, but, you know, and that's in general. But the music is the way of me venting and really letting people know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, I'm not going to tell you. So just be thankful I do music. And the people that truly, you know what I'm saying, truly care about my well-being and stuff, like, just be thankful that I do music because that's where you hear, like, the real me, you know? Even if I don't tell you, that's where I tell you it. So just listen. But yeah, so who I am is that song is really who I am. I mean, I go in to say, like, sometimes I wonder why, like, I don't get the love like everybody else. Like, I would feel like when I do music, I feel like, man, like, I'm so dope, like, I'm so hard, but like, people don't notice me, like, you know, like, am I too hard that it go over their head, or am I just not hard enough? Like, I gotta go back to the drawing board or something. Like, you know, that was really kind of a defining thing for me. And but I feel like whether or not, kind of paved my own way, cause I feel like people feel me now. You know what I'm saying? It took whether or not for people to really see where I'm coming from, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. You know what I'm saying? We cracking it all the way down to the ground. You know, so. But who I am is just a self-defining song. And the vibes, man, the vibes of every song are just, it's just from within. Like I said, I can't tell you where it comes from until it comes. And then I can kind of backtrack and kind of let you know, like, oh, okay, well, yeah, that's where that come from, that's where that come from. I can't give you a GPS to lead you, you know what I'm saying? I just kind of have to track the history of where it came from and tell you. That's how that works. The title, Whether or Not, like, my daughter was born on Christmas of 2018. I tweeted Christmas 2017 and said, the gift to myself on today was coming up with the title for my next solo album. And I didn't drop my next solo album from that point to a year and a half, like a whole year and a half. It took me 2018 to really figure out what the title that I came up with really meant. Like, and it took my daughter, it took me finding out that she was coming, to her getting here, to me being with her for 6 months, to really figure out, you know what I'm saying, what God had put in my mind exactly a year before, like the exact day, a year before Christmas Day, to understand like what that title truly meant. Cause I feel like a lot of stuff go over people's head what I do, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know, when I used to like backtrack when I was doing my thing, you know, maybe a year or two ago, like the bars would be so deep and they would be like, the ones that understood be like, boy, you snapping. But, you know, the other ones, they wouldn't say nothing because they didn't comprehend. And so now, not to say I dumbed it down, but I chose a simpler route with my, you know, how I push it out. And the ones that loved how I was dropping them bars, they were like, what happened to the bars? You ain't snapping like you used to. But, you know what I'm saying, it appeals more to the mass. But the thing is, like, for the people that think I ain't snapping like that, like, you gotta look into really what I'm saying. Like, don't just hear like the end of each line, the rhymes and stuff like that. Like, look at the picture I'm truly painting in these songs, you know what I'm saying? And the artist that's with me on these songs. Look at the picture that we really paint on it and really listen to what we saying, because nothing's simple. I'm really not out here doing what's, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do what's been done. I'm not trying to say what's been said. I might have said it like that, but the meaning behind it is deeper. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna get to the top creating content, recreating content. You know what I'm saying? You gotta choose a different route. And I guess, you know what I'm saying, the whole idea behind this was to break it down and to, you know what I'm saying, help y'all understand where I'm coming from with whether or not. Because whether or not is that stage where I had the choice to crumble or, you know what I'm saying, pick up all the pieces that were crumbs, you know what I'm saying, and turn it into some bread that calculate into more bread, that calculate into more bread, you know what I'm saying, from crumbs to bread. So, it's reality, it can happen, it did happen, it is happening, you know what I'm saying. Everything manifesting just like I knew it would, and I appreciate all the support from my fans, my friends, my family, you know, people that don't even know me, like, and you know, people be like, you know, well, what's the bread looking like that you got off of this, you know what I'm saying? How you doing with it? Like, it ain't about bread. I tell people, like, I don't even check it. I don't care about no bread. I care about exposure, because when we get it to the masses, like, the product there is gonna sell itself. It's gonna sell itself, and we'll go from there. You know what I'm saying? You'll know the bag there when I'm on, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it right now, because that ain't the focus. The focus is taking it to the top, you know what I'm saying? And then that's what we're doing, that's what we plan to do. So, it was Blossom, then it was Whether or Not, and next, like, I mean, I really can't just sit here and tell you what's coming next, because I couldn't tell you Blossom was coming. So to say what's coming next, I don't know. Like, I gotta stay tuned, just like y'all gotta stay tuned, because like life tells me, you know what I'm saying, what's next. So I really can't say what the next album title will be. So everybody rocking with me, man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the love, you know. Stay tuned, you know, from Blossom to Whether or Not, to wherever, you know what I'm saying, wherever God take my mind to next, that's where we going, man, and we're gonna top out, you know what I'm saying? So catch the wave, let's ride it out, and let's do it, man. Whether or Not, Audi BanYo, let's do it.
Now we back to square one. I guess I lied when I told you I was done.